Hello friends, this is Durga from IT University, one-stop shop for all the technologies. So as part of Cloud Foundry, in this video I will try to cover how to set up a online account for public cloud of Pivotal called Pivotal Web Services. And then we will see the subsequent steps, what actually Cloud Foundry is, what are the core concepts behind it, and how you can deploy the applications, so on and so forth. That being said, I'm going to the Google and searching for Pivotal Web Services. Pivotal Web Services. So Pivotal Web Services is a public cloud built on top of Cloud Foundry. So under the covers, it uses Cloud Foundry, and it is a very good starting point to explore the Cloud Foundry based tools. So what is Cloud Foundry and all, we will see a little bit later. First we will actually try to understand setting up the environment. If you don't understand what Cloud Foundry is at this time, that is fine. We will be covering sometime later or some other video. So you can click on this link, Pivotal Web Services, and you can sign up for free. They give 60-day free trial with a limited capacity. They will give up to 2 GB. So you can use this 2 GB RAM and start deploying the applications. Okay. So here you have to provide the first name, last name, and all those details. So I am giving my first name, last name, and then the URL, email address, and here I have to type the password. Okay, so you will get an activation email to your email account. So I got the email for training at ituniversity.com, and now you have to click on this to verify the email address. Okay, once it is done, you have to claim your trial version. If you want to get up to date with the Pivotal Web Services, you can click on this. And also if you want to get occasional news about related Pivotal products, you can click on this. I don't want to get this, so I have disabled. Then you have to accept the agreement, then click on claim your trial. And then you have to choose the country. I am right now in India, so I am giving India. And here you have to give the phone number. And click on send verification code. Okay, I am using with some other phone, means the same phone number for some other account as well. So it is failing, so I will give some other phone number. So I have given some other phone number, and I click next, and then it will take to this window. So at times you will get the verification code very quickly, but sometimes it will take time also. So you have to be a little bit patient. It might take 5 to 10 minutes at the max, and once you get it, you have to enter the code here. So I have entered the code. So the architecture of Pivotal Cloud Foundry is, once you have the account, you can have multiple organizations. So in this case, I am just giving training-org. You can have whatever name you want, and then click on start 60-day free trial. Okay, the organization name has to be unique. The training-org, which is derived from my email ID, is failing. So what I will do is itversity.org. itversity-org is my org name. So whatever name you give, if you try to give itversity-org, it will fail, because the organization name is unique across the Pivotal Cloud Foundry Pivotal Web Services. Okay, then you can click on start 60-day free trial, and boom, you have the account now. And if you see, it gave us 2 GB limit on the environment, so you can have applications up to 2 GB for free for 60 days. This 2 GB is RAM, so you can have up to 2 GB. You can also click on increase quota and try upgrading it, and this is the price you have to pay if you want to upgrade beyond 2 GB. In this case, if you want to go with 10 GB, then it is 3 cents per hour, which means 30 cents per around $1 per day. Okay, so 72 cents per day. So if you talk about per month, it will be around 24 $25 per month. You can have applications up to 10 GB of memory by paying how much? Almost $25 per month. So this is how you can use the cloud, and you can have your applications for up and running without upfront costs on the infrastructure. You can host your websites, you can host your applications leveraging different aspects or different components of the Pivotal Cloud Foundry. But Pivotal Cloud, especially Pivotal Web Services, is primarily for development and testing. If you want to deploy enterprise level application on Pivotal Web Services, you might get into issues at some point. So you need to be careful. You should not decide on Pivotal Web Services directly. Pivotal Web Services is supposed to be a playground for the Pivotal Cloud Foundry. So if you want to build a private cloud on your premise, and because it involves huge cost, so it is more like a playground before you invest a huge amount of money for the private cloud using technologies like Pivotal Cloud Foundry. Anyway, you will understand all those things down the line. So now if you go through the website, it's a pretty simple web interface for you. You have the account now. You can go to docs to get the documentation about Pivotal Web Services, which we will be using going forward. If you want to contact support, click on the support. It has forums and all those things. And if you click on tools, it will take you to the tools. One of the tool which you will be using is setting up the command line interface. It's very straightforward. We will see this see it in this video itself. And then blog, to get the updates about Pivotal, you can see the blogs by clicking on the blog. It will have several blogs about Pivotal Cloud Foundry, whatever is happening around the world about Pivotal. Around Pivotal Cloud Foundry, you can get information from here. And then I'm not sure what status is. Probably it could be your account status. No, actually it is about PWS. So overall, what is the version it is using for CF, and there are other things as well as part of the Pivotal Cloud Foundry, which are Diego, Garden Linux, Bosch, etc. So it is telling you what all versions it is using at this time. So that is the status link. And then let's download the command line interface. So in this case, based upon the Windows, Mac or Linux, you have to download the appropriate version of command line interface. This command line interface is for Cloud Foundry. It is not related to Pivotal Web Services. It is Cloud Foundry, which is open source. So if you are working on any of the Cloud Foundry platforms, you can use the same command line interface. You don't need to have multiple Cloud Foundry command line interfaces. For example, IBM Bluemix also uses Cloud Foundry under the covers for public cloud. So if you have this Cloud Foundry command line interface, that one can be used for IBM Bluemix as well. Okay. So in this case, I'm using Mac, so I have to click on this. If you are using Windows 64-bit, you have to click on this. Click on Save File. There is not much difference between Mac and Windows. The interface will look almost similar. In case of Mac, you will be using terminal, whereas in case of Windows, you will be using DOS prompt, which you will launch by going to command by running cmd command in run. Anyway, here I have to give my password to install it. Now the cf command line interface is installed. Once it is done, go to the terminal and once you have the terminal, you just say cf version. It will tell you the cf minus minus version, I think. Yeah, cf minus minus version. It will give you the Cloud Foundry version for you. And then you can log in by using this command cf login -a. And as we are using Pivotal, the web interface, Pivotal Web Services, the web link which you can use to connect to the public account which I have created earlier is this one. So you have to use this link if you want to connect to Pivotal Web Services. If it is IBM Bluemix, the URL will be different and you need to have the account in IBM Bluemix. So for Pivotal Web Services, just copy this link and then click on this and paste it here. It will ask you for the email ID and password. So my email ID is training@itversity.com and I have to give the password here and hit enter. It will authenticate to Pivotal Web Services using the email ID and password, and now you will be able to use the CF based commands to communicate with Pivotal Web Services. So under the covers, it uses a protocol called OAuth. So once you run this CF login command, whenever you issue CF commands, it will try to talk to the environment which we used to log in. So in this case, all the commands which we use for CF will go against this URL, and you can deploy into it. You can list the applications that are running. We will see few commands here. One of the command is you can say CF help. It will give all the sub commands under CF. So we have created an organization, right? So we will try to list the organizations and see whether we are getting itversity org or not. Okay. So here are the commands for the orgs. There are many other commands also, but as of now we don't have anything. We just have the organizations. So we will use the command called orgs to list the organizations. So now what I can do is I can just run cf orgs. We have itversity -org that is created in Pivotal Web Services, and it is listing here like that. And also when we actually created the org, it has created a space called development. So there can be multiple spaces within a given organization. And if you want to list the spaces, you can say cf spaces and get the spaces details as well. Now you can see you have a space called development. And if you want to create a new space, you can run a command called cf create space and hit enter, and it will give the usage. The usage is cf create space, name of the space which is given in capitals, -o, give the organization name. A space needs to be associated with the organization. If you don't specify the organization, it will take the default organization. Our default organization is itversity -org. So you can have multiple organizations within the account, and then you can specify the quota for that space as well. So let's try to create a space without the quota. So cf create space, space name is testing. Under itversity org, we already have the development space, which is the default space, and now I am creating a new one. So -o and the org name, which is itversity -org, and hit enter. So it will create a space in our Pivotal Web Services account, and it is not asking for the username and password for each and every command. Okay. It is only it is directly authenticating. Once we issue CF login command, it remembers against which environment the CF is authenticating to. Under the covers, it uses a protocol called OAuth, which will not prompt you every time you try to issue the CF commands. So now let us go to the Pivotal Web Services and refresh this screen, and you can see a new space called testing. Okay, you have created the new space, but the default space which will be used is the previous one. Still, if you try to deploy an application, it has to be associated with a space, and as of now, if you try to deploy it, it will be pointing to development only, because that's the default space for our organization. So if you want to change it from development to testing, you can issue this command, and then whatever you try to deploy, it will be deployed into the new space called testing. So spaces are for different environments in the development lifecycle. So an account can be divided into organizations, and each organization can have development, testing, production kind of spaces. So all the development will be deployed in development space, all the testing will be done in testing space, so all the performance testing could be done in another space which you have to create, and then production. Like that, you can have different spaces within each organization. So that's the rationale behind the organizations and spaces. So that's it. So we have set up account on Pivotal Web Services. We have downloaded a CF command line interface using the link provided by Pivotal Web Services, and we have logged into the Pivotal Web Services using command line CF login, and also we have seen simple commands like organizations and spaces, etc. Going forward, we will be deploying the applications. We will be taking care of many other things in the area of Cloud Foundry. Now to log out, you just have to say CF logout, and you will be logging out from the Pivotal Web Services account which I am using to connect. And now if I try to run the commands like CF forks, it will fail because it is not logged in with OAuth as we have logged out. So that's the starting of the Pivotal Web Services, and also the Cloud Foundry in general. We'll be seeing a lot of content related to this area over time. So just stay tuned. If you like this video, please click on the like button. If you want to provide the feedback, please use the comment section of the video. If you have any technical questions, probably it will be better to get into Stack Overflow. As of now, it's not very well accepted by the industry. This is still an emerging technology, so you might not get immediate help from websites like Stack Overflow, but we need to build it by actively participating in it. And if you want to discuss further about cloud, I have a LinkedIn group called IT-versity Cloud and Virtualization Infrastructure. So it will talk about cloud and virtualization topics under the umbrella of the infrastructure. So please join, send me the request, and start participating in discussions. And finally, if you have not subscribed to my channel yet, please do so. You will get to see a lot more content like this over time. Thank you. Bye.